All right, what's cracking, everybody? So you could see I already want to laugh, which is unfortunate for me because you guys know how I laugh. It's a fucking belly laugh. And with this cough that I have, I really can't laugh because it puts me in a coughing fit. So there's going to be a lot of coughing, a lot of laughing because people asked me to react to Wes Watson's video, the one he did with no jumper. And I want to keep it real. I watched some of it because somebody sent me a clip. I forgot who it was. Somebody sent me a clip. Somebody had clipped something he said about Mexicans. We'll end it on that part, but I want to play the whole clip because I'm not into, defaming anybody. But what he said, I mean, we'll get to it. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and dissect the legend at work. Man, let me see. How come it doesn't?
Very quick on the streets because anything I'm around, I fucking just take.
But how do you fight against your more evil or negative impulses now?
Oh, now I just live by like universal like laws. You know?
What do you mean?
I just karma. How well I feel about. I don't want to hurt nobody. Mm-hmm. But like someone cuts you off, you have that split second moment where you're like, I'm gonna fucking smoke this mother,
Right.
And it's like I just don't feel good about it no more.
Right.
Like it's about me. I'm selfish. So I do it for me. I really am indifferent towards a lot of things. I've been desensitized from prison, a lot of murders in house, a lot of problems in house. I caught it in.
Wait. Where was Wes at? Where there was a lot of in-house murders. On the TV screen. Wait, he's just saying he caught an in-house what?
In-house A1 115, which is an inmate manufactured weapon that got me a shoe term.
So basically, they found a.
Whoa. Okay, so this is his first thing, and it's called an A1 offense, right? It's a 115. 115 in California is your write-up, right? When you get a write-up. And so he got an A1 offense. The A1 he's saying he got an A1 offense. A1 is the highest level of write-up. But let's see what he goes on to say. And Adam said, so you got caught with a knife in the cell. Look.
Knife? Well, I cut someone. I got an SBI on an inmate. So A1 SBI California CDC 115 is a murder, attempted murder, inmate manufactured serious bodily injury. So I caught it.
So he has nothing to do with the murder or attempted murder. But he threw that out there because he was trying to show that what he got, which was serious bodily injury, not great bodily injury. Serious bodily injury can be a fucking bruise, right? Great bodily injury is a broken bone, usually, right? So but I mean, let's let Wes Watson put his salsa on these tacos one time.
Inmate manufactured serious bodily injury 115, which was an A1, and that's 14 months shoe term.
No, it's not. It's a 15-month. If it's your first offense, it's a 15-month. But I mean, hey, he's off by a month. All his other numbers though are accurate as fuck, allegedly. But no, it's a 15-month shoe.
14 months, and you do 11 months, 8 days, 85%. So then that was the first shoe term I got where I was like, I was scared because the DA was going to pick it up. And I'm in the back and I'm like, the captain comes through. He's like, you see the pictures? I'm like, whatever dude, whatever. And he shows them to me. I'm like, I'm done. He's like, yeah, you're done.
The pictures of the work you put in?
The work put in.
Right. Yeah. Damn. But okay, so you go into prison, and I mean, this is kind of what, white dudes in particular always wonder is like, are you figuring out all the politics in terms of race and everything just as soon as you pull up, or had you prepared for this in any way?
No, county jail prepares you, County jail, my county jail, Vista County Jail, San Diego County Jail, CJ, Vista Jail, they run it like a level 4. Like, it's kind of tighter than a lot of 2 yards and 3 yards because everyone has like a lot of time, violent crimes, in these higher blocks, these more secure blocks, and they try to run it like it's a prison level 4, but it's loose because it's still county jail.
Which one is it? they run it like a level 4, but it's loose because it's a county jail. I'm confused with that. I've never been to San Diego County Jail. I've never been to LA County Jail. We all know for us out here in California, LA County Jail is no joke, right? And I know in my county jail in Santa Barbara, we had the modules. Back when I was in the county jail, right? You had the modules. A module and B module were the more serious modules. C and D was still, everybody back there in the northwest of the jail was going to do state time. When I was there, that you were going to do state time. That's why you were in the modules. That's why you were in the northwest part of the jail. And A and B module ran a lot more serious than C and D and probably anywhere else. So I get it. There are going to be places like that, but it's just funny to say it's run like a level 4, but it's loose. But let's get to it. There's a lot of stuff in here. I wrote some notes, so you will see me looking down. I'm going to look at different timestamps. Where are we at right now? We're close to something. So I'm going to let it run.
But there's less, you know. In prison, you got your TV, you got your hot pot, you got your radio, you got a phone. Very few people get cell phones in county. And these counties, San Diego, not like the farms like that or the work furloughs. But like, so you don't really have much, and there's still dope like happy cards and visits and shit coming in. So people are just sprung the out. They're just they're geeked out. They're gout out. Gout out here is heroin. They're this is what they're doing. They're getting everything in, and then they're making wine. So these motherfuckers are making fucking Pruno. They're
everything
making,
that's done in prison.
They're making wine. Everyone's turn. You know, it's just fucking, and everyone doesn't know what's happening. They haven't got sentenced yet. Very few people got sentenced. So even when I first fell, in the first 2 months in my county, there was a riot with the Southsiders. So like, and I fucking caused it.
But so you show up and you're like, how do you start fitting in when you first get in there?
You show up and you're going to roll up. Adam rolls in. What's up? They give him his fish kit, his bedroll, shower shoes, shower bag, you know, soap dish, whatever, toothbrush. They give you your fish kit. You roll your cell. And then your cellie's going to grab your paperwork and you're going to bring it to me.
Of course.
You know, and you're not going to know it's me, but someone else is going to grab it. They're going to come slide it to me. We're gonna have a phone in the block or a means of calling someone on the outs to check you on Megan's Law.
Uh-oh. Adam right now is like, oh, fuck, how do we get out of this fucking conversation? Allegedly, they're allegations. He's never been convicted of nothing, right? But right now, his booty just puckered up like, oh, I don't like this. Adam's trying to get out of there.
To see if you're a chomo. That's the first check. To see if you got an R on your jacket, which is like any rape, lewd, lascivious 14, anything like that. So if you're a child molester, you're whacked right then.
And so what would you guys do to him if you found
Well,
that
he's
out?
curious.
You cut their face first to mark them, and you're going to kill them. So first it's going to be the mark across the eye.
And then if they don't get out of
then
there.
you're going to, no, you're going to whack them too. You're going to try to get them, but it's like, whoosh.
He said first you're going to whack him across the eye, and then you're going to kill him. Well, if he's dead, what you need to hit him in the eye for? Who's he going to show it to? You know what I'm saying? Who's going to see him and be like, oh, yeah, he's a weirdo. He's dead. So wouldn't you go for the kill shot before the eye shot? And it sounds like he's using a razor on top of that. If he's the motions, you got to look at people's motions when they tell the story, because they could say they had a bone crusher, be like, man, Holmes, I had a major bone crusher and I like got him right here. Like, that's a razor, fool. That's not a bone crusher. Pay attention.
You know, just you want to make sure you're marking them so that they go to any block, any yard, anything. It's known that this motherfucker's chomo.
And so you've like taken on that responsibility by basically becoming what, like the leader of, of the block?
Yeah, you'll have the block. You'll have either you have the yard, you have the block, or whatever. And when I rolled up, there was a skinhead in my county from NCSH named Chili.
We're not gonna talk about Chili. Come on, big dog. Let's move on to something else. Let's go to the 17th. About right. How do I get it? We'll just go about right here. We don't need to be naming names like that, big dog.
Went to go start a problem with another race, like off the top real quick. We would have to jump with them, and then when they get to the back, they're getting booked.
Right.
Like they're getting removed right when we get to the back. Everything has to be warranted and ran through the head of the yard. So like if you ever wanted to take off on a black for a reason, like he stole some dope from you, like a gram comes in, there's 12 papers for like a gram or something, and you buy.
Excuse me, guys. This motherfucker's hilarious. So remember all the stories where Wes Watson had the bag. He had the sack. He was pushing dope, right? And he's saying that there's 12 papers to a gram. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just speak from if you're pushing heroin. There's not 12. You can make it 12. They're not gonna be, I mean, it. So let me break it down for you. And this may be scandalous, but this is normal procedure, right? You get a gram. There's 16 papers in a gram. Okay? And let me see. What was the notes I wrote right here? Okay. So there's 16 papers. You're going to make 800 off of that. All 16 are going to be $50 papers. Are they chunky? No, but that's a 50, right? You could, if you're cool, you can sell them for 35, right? If you're just trying to get them off, you don't give a fuck. You have a lot, you can do it for 35. But it's normally you're gonna get 16 50s, and you're gonna make 800. The least you're gonna make is gonna be 400, right? That's if you're showing love. You get a gram, you cut it in 4, you sell quarter grams for $100 a pop. That's gonna get you all your shit off quick, and then you're just waiting on your money, right? There's another thing that they do, but let me see what else he has to say first before I get into the there's difference. There's grams and then there's jailhouse grams. So, but let me see what else he's saying.
Buy a gram off some other, like another race, and you break it down into 50 papers, and there's like 7, and you're like pissed. You're just like, what the fuck is this? This shit's skimp as fuck. And then the guy has a problem or something. Or
you get 7 papers off a gram. Those are not skimpy papers. This dude's tripping. You cut the gram in four pieces. That's a quarter gram a piece. You're getting more than a half of a quarter gram if you're cutting 7 papers off a gram. This dude don't know what he's talking about. Obviously didn't push dope in there. If he did, somebody bagged it up for him, and they were clipping him for fucking a bunch of fucking papers because he didn't know what to expect.
Or they front each other something, or someone owes money or something. But most yards, you can't even owe different races money. You can owe your own race, can't owe other races. So, but all cleanup is done within your own race. So like the dope fiend white dudes and shit, they get cleaned up first. They're up to bat first. They have to clean up their own dope fiend shit. So like, they're just not assets. So they're used as to put in the work. You know? The best clientele in California prison system is a Native American. Their bread is A1. They get big money, and they're going to get the best deals on the yard because, you know, if you can get everything off to one person, that's what you want. And if it's one person that has a bunch of money, now, what he's talking about, again, I don't know where Wes has ever been, right? So, but speaking from my experience, I had a lot of white dudes owing me all the time, but it was white dudes that I knew had good money. Dudes that I knew had shops on the streets where push comes to shove, hey, they were going to start selling tools, and their tools are expensive out there, and they'd come right to me, boom, right? So all that they can't owe, and you know, this guy worked out the majority of his time supposedly, but he admits to getting high in there, right? So when he talks about dudes are not an asset because they use drugs, he's speaking to himself. He wasn't an asset. But I knew a lot of heavy woods that were running things and had a dope habit. So again, I don't know where he gets it from. I think it's just him sometimes getting caught up in his own head and his own mythology. I don't know. But I want to because I know people are wondering, like, what does Dubs mean about jailhouse grams? So this is what I'm talking about. You would get let's say somebody gets an ounce, right? And over here, and when you get an ounce of heroin, it's going to be 24 grams, not 28, right? So you're going to get 24 grams. A jailhouse gram, if you're lucky, somebody's going to cut a quarter gram out of every gram, reform it up, and sell that as a gram on the yard for $400, $500, right? Usually 500.
So he made his 24 grams into 30 grams, sold them for $500 a pop. It's 15 grand in 1 week. So it's very lucrative in there. And there are dudes that sell jailhouse grams. And again, it's not a street gram. But there's dudes they'll jump on it, and they'll be like, fuck it. It's better than buying, I don't know. It just, to me, but that's what happens. Now, I'm sure Wes doesn't know anything about that because he's getting 7 fucking papers off of gram. I swear to God, whoever was cutting his dope for him probably went everywhere he went. Oh, man.
So basically, like, all this stuff is done in order to try to like make shit as organized and as
So there's no
cool as possible.
there's no racial boundaries being broken.
Because as soon as you allow there to be any kind of like debts being owed between
it's a wrap.
people or any kind of violence, as long as that's accepted, then you're basically creating a situation where all these different races have to go to war.
Everybody has to go to war. The yard's down as fuck.
And how many times did you see that kind of thing happen over the years, over the course of 10 years?
Probably 4 massive riots, but
Really?
a couple ones that were so fucking bad that, I mean, people were fully fucking incapacitated. Homies are going in their cells, smoking more shit, coming out, just cutting the motherfucker's feet off.
Cutting feet off. Where's the fucking RVR? Where's the rules violation report? Where's the incident packet where, excuse me, where somebody's feet got cut off? We need to know that ASAP. This time he was doing a stabbing motion, but he just stabbed the motherfucker's feet clean off his body. And who in the fuck, in the middle of a riot, goes into their cell and smokes some meth? So the rivals wait for you outside the cell, like, oh, fuck, we can't get him, man. He's hitting the pookie. Son of a bitch, what do we do? Do we go to another cell? No. Oh, he's going to come back out? Hey, bro, are you going to come back? Hey, after you're done hitting that, you going to come back out? Hey, can you leave your knife in there, though? Because, I got mine, but I don't want you to have yours. All right, thank you. Hey, he's going to come out right now with no knife. He's told us. Next thing you know, that Vato's feet are fucking stabbed off, too.
Just stabbing a dead corpse. Just sickening shit.
Holy shit. And what kind of thing caused that, though?
That was actually someone cutting in line.
Cutting in line.
Yeah, like when someone cut in line during, and they.
So we know about the riot in Oklahoma where somebody cut in line. It had absolutely nothing to do with Wes, right? And I'm pretty sure when it was over, everybody's feet were still intact. But Adam is fucking loving it. Look, he doesn't care if it's true or not, but he's kind of like into Wes in a real way.
You can look it up on YouTube. It's a NFCF correctional facility riot.
You might have to do that.
So North Fork Correctional Facility.
I
They
want to see
take
who's walking
California
around with no
inmates,
feet.
And they middleman us, and they bring us to Arizona, they bring us to Mississippi, they bring us to Oklahoma. So I ended up doing 3 years in Oklahoma when I dropped points from Centinela. So I was on level 4 C yard Centinela. I dropped points. They were taking whole blocks that were level 3, and just, you have no say. There's nothing you could do about it. They put you on a bus for 28 hours. They put you in a black box, which is like a federal fucking shipping equipment that holds your hands like this so you can't break free. Mm-hmm. It just dislocates your shoulders.
Oh, my God. Welcome to Wes's world. So the black box isn't just a federal thing. It's obvious he's not in the feds. They use it in the state. There's different black boxes. They're basically a fucking piece of steel that locks over the handcuffs so that you can't use a handcuff key to get out of them, right? They are very uncomfortable, but they usually have your hands like this, and that's why they're uncomfortable. And so it cuts into your wrist. It doesn't cut you, but it's putting pressure on your wrist. It is not going to dislocate your shoulders. Believe me, the jailhouse lawyers all up and down the state, they would have sued and got rich if those boxes were dislocating shoulders. But, wow, this is a great story he's making up right now. Loving it.
It fucks you up so bad, you can't move. And for 28 hours, you're on a bus to Oklahoma. And you show up, it's just, you're never going to see no family or nothing. And then you're stuck out there. And out there, there's a lot of dope because these security guards were supposedly COs, but they make like 11, 12 bucks an hour. So fools are cracking them. And there's bitches who work there, and these dudes are cracking them. They're f***ing them, you know. They're buying houses in their names because they're getting dope so easy. And these are like Oklahoma, like slow-ass motherfuckers. So some Cali inmates come.
Hey, shout out to Oklahoma, though. Wes said it, not me. Fuck with him. Call him. Get into his program. He even call you a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, with band titties.
Come out to Oklahoma. We're pulling roots on them. We're pulling, like, they can't even know. They don't even know what the fuck we're doing.
So you're just coming up with all kinds of scams, and they're not ready for it.
They're so done. Like,
wow.
Dude, the COs in California, they have to be like detective. Like they have like the IGI, the gang unit. They have like the goon squad. They all know everything. Like if we're signing, I'm like from one cell to another, and I'm blasting. Like I can sign so fast that they don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. The Cali guys can read that. The Oklahoma guys, you're on lockdown or something. They don't know what the fuck you're saying, and you're just like in the chow hall, like, "What's up, fool?" Like just. And then that's something being passed or something we're doing. And we're institutionally sophisticated.
So you just learned sign language once you got in there?
Oh, yeah. Like I'd be like, this is Adam, 22,
Wow. So how long did it take you to learn it? You just slowly got to hang
No,
with
you
it?
just have to learn it. Like if you don't learn sign language, you're dead in the water when you go on lockdown.
If you don't learn sign language, you're dead in the water on lockdown. City, you're going to die. Where does this, why does everything have to be so dramatic? Let me let you guys in on something. Hey, pull in close. Check this out. Pull in close. I don't know sign language. Crazy, right? I don't know sign language. And I'm going to tell you why. There was a point when I did know sign language, right? But not only sign language, I knew the real sign language. Not the alphabet. What he's talking about is alphabet. So there's different sign language they use in AdSeg, right? But we fish everything. If it's hot, if it's important, you're not signing shit. Because like he said, the cops know the same fucking sign language. Your enemies, your rivals, they know the same sign language. But again, it makes his story great. You're just dead in the water because you don't know how to do sign language.
Yeah. So if we go on lockdown, you're going to have to fish. So you're going to have to make a fishing line out of like boxer string. You pull apart the fucking cotton in the top of your boxer band, make a big ass string. You get like something heavy, like a toothpaste cap, flatten it, keep some toothpaste in there, and you just be sliding that across the day when people to pull you in, and you're riding kites and you're passing shit.
What the fuck? I need to know. Show of hands. Show of hands. Anybody that's been in prison that was fishing, did you use your toothpaste? Because I want to know if you're in AdSeg or the shoe, how do you even have a toothpaste? I know when I was in the shoe, we had to squeeze, and we when you get there, you get the syrup packs, and you save the syrup packs. And when they do canteen, you squeeze them into the syrup packs, tie them up with a tie at the bottom, bite the corner off, and that's how you put your toothpaste on your toothbrush, right? But this guy, where he's at, you're allowed to have your toothpaste, the whole thing. So that's surprising to me to hear, especially with people running around with no feet on. Oh man.
And what kind of shit are you talking about while you're sending these kites back and forth?
Oh, we're sending the phone, we're sending soups, we'll have a fucking whole spread on the motherfucking line. We'll be send over.
So, public announcement. The freeway is not to be tied up. There's other races, there's other factions, other groups that need to be taking care of shit. If you think you're going to be throwing your line out there and sending a whole entire spread and back and forth, taking up the freeway like that, that would have to be addressed. Because I know the dudes that are the so-called like the shot callers. And again, I'm talking about before the legends came out. The shot callers ain't going to put up with that. they're gonna be discussion like if there's a certain group that's playing games on the tier like that, okay, wait for everybody to finish. Like, all right, the freeway's open for a second. Do it as fast as you can. But I've just never been in a place where they're gonna send a whole spread like that. And listen to the shit he's saying.
A fucking straight spread, We'll send over tacos and meat logs cut up and like have a fucking party, But and then sometimes it's dope, Sometimes it's this, sometimes it's that. Like I've been slammed in the back to where we're orchestrating enough shit to where, we got a phone back there, call the line. The line is a main line and we're in the shoe. Call the main line, have them put dope on like a religious tray for like a different race. It always has to be halal because the cops can't touch the tray. They stick the dope in the tray. The guy gets the tray in the back.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and skip that. Thanks, Wes. The squad, even though they already know most of this shit, Oklahoma knows it now too. Remember a second ago they didn't know nothing? They know now. What you mean the cops can't touch halal? Shit. You just let them know the runner's fucking getting his shit through there. They're touching everything now. All right, let's go. What's next?
Like I still did speed in prison. I still drank in prison. I still smoked weed in prison.
What?
But I was getting sober in like these big windows. And then I was like, oh man, this is good, I was starting to get clarity. And then finally, like, shit went down a few times and I fully quit. And once I got some true clarity, I started hearing like real shit in my heart, And I just started following that. I don't listen to people. I don't follow people. I don't fuck what they're saying. I followed like how I felt. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I feel better being positive like this. I want to do this. This feels right. And I just committed to what I felt,
Right. So why would you take these long gaps not doing drugs?
A dope wouldn't hit, Yeah,
there just wouldn't be anything coming in.
Or there'd be lockdown.
Because it was that challenging to get it in.
Yeah, there'd be racial lockdowns too. So like say enough white dudes, whacked white dudes, the first one's 30 days when a white dude stabs a white dude. Now it happens again, the next one's 60 days.
Oh, hold on.
It happens again, it's 120.
And
where? I don't understand where this is at. So, I'm used to where it was 2 weeks. Whether a guy lived or died, 2 weeks. Then you came off. And if there was another one that day, guess what? 2 weeks. What underground ass prison was this killer in? 60, 30, then 60, then 120? Fuck. Okay, I believe you.
And everybody suffers as a result.
Every white dude's locked down.
And the prison doesn't have any qualms about separating you by race and then punishing the entire race for what one person does. It seems kind of...
They don't give a They know we're rolling together. We get punished together.
Right.
But then even say there's a riot, the whole prison gets slammed down. They can't let anyone out. We're all going to kill each other. It's green light. And the whole thing is white dudes, Sureños, Southerners, and Paisas, we won't exit our cell with shower shoes on. So we don't.
Let's follow this line of thinking right here.
Leave. We don't leave the cell for a year, 14 months.
Let's go back.
There just wouldn't be anything coming in.
Or there'd be lockdowns.
It was that challenging to get it in.
Yeah, there'd be racial lockdowns too. So like say enough white dudes, whacked white dudes, the first one's 30 days when a white dude stabs a white dude. Now it happens again, the next one's 60 days. It happens again, it's 120.
And everybody suffers as a result.
Every white dude is locked down.
And the prison doesn't have any qualms about separating you by race and then punishing the entire race for what one person does. It seems kind of...
They don't give a They know we're rolling together. We get punished together.
Right.
But then even say there's a riot, the whole prison gets slammed down. They can't let anyone out. We're all going to kill each other. It's green light. And the whole thing.
So let me clarify on that too. The whole prison will get slammed and they'll immediately know which groups were involved. The groups that aren't involved, they're going to get them up ASAP because if they don't, then they're going to have cops working in the kitchen. Cops, like, put it like this, it's more work for the cops. So the others are normally going to get off immediately. First ones, because they're more than likely not going to be involved in the riot. And whatever other groups aren't involved will be off at the same time as others. So I don't know. I don't know how everybody gets slammed permanently. It doesn't work that way.
Thing is white dudes, Sureños, Southerners, and Paisas, we won't exit our cell with shower shoes on.
It's a lie.
So we don't leave. We don't leave the cell for a year, 14
Complete lie.
months, 11 months, 16 months. We don't leave the cell. The other races, they'll go out in their shower shoes and be like, yeah, and they'll use the phone. They'll take a shower. We don't.
What's the importance of the shower shoes?
You have to be suited up and booted up. You got to be ready to bang, you know?
Again, I don't know where West. I mean, we know Oklahoma, right? But I know there's white dudes watching this. There's Raza, period, northern or southern, paisas that are like, what the fuck? They open your door, you come out. If there's some rule, I don't know what this fucking rule is. You have to be in shower shoes, but if there's a rule, you got to come out in shower shoes. Don't put your socks on. Kick them fucking shower shoes off. Get down fucking barefoot. The fuck is he talking about?
In order to even walk out.
In order to walk out yourself.
And so, but if the whole race is in trouble, then they're only allowed to wear shower shoes. They're not allowed to have regular shoes.
Yeah, well, the cops know that our race, you're coming out shower, so they're like, you can only bring your towel, your soap dish, and you can walk out in your shower shoes and boxers. That's it. So they don't want you to have a banger on you.
You're gonna have a banger on you regardless. The cops are not gonna come in. I don't know. I don't, he wants to make it seem like, I think he's trying to make it seem like that's more gangster to refuse to come out of your cell because you're scared some little old shower shoes are gonna, what are the shower shoes gonna do? Shit, motherfucker, man, I don't know where this comes from. But again, I mean, he's, I guess, trying to like make the story more dramatic, but anybody that's done time knows, that door opens, you're coming out. And I don't know, like, if you're in the hole, especially if you're in the ad say where, or you're on a lockdown where the cops aren't putting you under escort, they're just racking your door. How the fuck is he gonna tell you, well, your door's open? What's he gonna do? Tell you, oh no, you're in your tennis shoes? Go back inside. Fuck you, fool. I'm going in the shower. I don't know.
And so the motherfucker comes out in his shit, and then and the other races will do that. We won't. Like, our races won't put ourselves in a predicament like that. We won't make ourselves weak like that. So we won't exit.
So it's stronger to refuse to come out of your cell, but it's weak. No, it's stronger to stay in your cell and weak to come out of it. That's going to blow some people's mind. You see, I got lost trying to even figure it out, trying to say it a second ago. It makes zero sense.
Unless we have shoes tied. And some cops will be cool and they'll be like, you could come out with your shoes, Watson. Go take a shower, dog. And I'm like,
calls him dog.
Thank you, bro.
Because otherwise you're not showering
the
for a
cop
year.
called him dog and he called the cop bro. It's starting to make sense.
Now you bird bath.
It's just in the
So
sink.
you sit on the toilet facing the sink. You fill the sink. You put a sink plug in. You fill the sink up with water. You pour the water on top of you over the toilet. You soap up. You pour it on you. Then you clean the cell.
That sounds.
Well, that's one way. You can also get an empty mustard pack because on the sink there's a slot where the faucet is, the nozzle. The nozzle faces up. You can get an empty mustard pack and you can roll it up, flatten it, slide it right in that slot, push the hot water, because the hot water is not going to be hot. It's probably going to be lukewarm, which is good enough. And you push that button and you adjust that mustard pack. It's going to shoot the water in the air and it's going to land in the toilet. And that's what you're going to do. You're going to sit on the toilet and you're going to fucking, you're going to push the water to water up, and then you're going to push it to rinse off. All right. I had to check on the neighbor. I thought he was knocking.
Miserable.
For 14 months.
Jesus Christ.
And it's doing multiple workouts with your celly in there.
Wow.
And this is how serious it is, man. It's like level 4 yards and shit. There's no hands policy. I had a crazy ass celly as full red one time that I like literally was new, and we were on lockdown. rolled up to Sea Yard, Sentinella, and I had washed one of my socks when I was bird bathing. And he's like,
He didn't wash one of his socks. He washed one, but the other one, he was like, fuck you, motherfucker. I don't like you. I want to have nothing to do with you, motherfucker. So one sock was good. The other sock, I don't know what happened.
he's like, where's your sock at? I'm like, what, dog? And he's like, where's that sock? Like, because I hang it on my clothesline. Everything needs to be hung. I'm like, I put it in my locker, dude. Like, he's like, go wash it. And I'm like, what the fuck, dog? It's not that serious. He's like, go wash the sock. We don't have dirty clothes in the house.
Dirtbag.
That makes sense. You could have some biker celly or some burnt-ass celly who's got his shit-covered boxers stuffed in the locker, and you're in a small-ass fucking dingy cell. They're
Look, unless Joe Biden is your celly, I guarantee your celly is not shitting in his damn diapers. I mean, it's boxers. This guy fucking makes everything over the top. Hold up. Can you guys see the cursor? What's up? That is a dainty ass hand. Whoa. Look at, skinny finger ass. E.T.
no AC, bro. Like, you're burnt. You're sitting there sweating all day, and it's got smelly ass shit in the cell. So, you know,
I'm stuck on
we
his
can't
hands.
fight on a level 4 yard. No hands policy.
No hands policy.
So he's telling me, wash your boxers or I'm going to stab the shit out you. And I'm like, new. I'm like, come on, dog. He's not that serious. I'll do it later. He's like, go wash it right now. I go wash the shit. But that was like one of my first introductions to how crazy motherfuckers are in there. He was going to stab me over not washing my sock.
I had a dude in here who did prison time, and he told me that he got DP'd because he brought the mop into his cell.
100%.
So that's normal?
100%. Get DP'd for doing anything wrong.
Really?
Dude, you get DP'd. I got DP'd. Okay, look at my bunkie. I dropped a fat ass sack in the day room. Like, I was whacked out, like on some meth, you know, smoking speed, paying like $60 for a strip of foil from the kitchen so I could make my candle and smoke my shit, straw and shit. And I'm on Plenty of Fish. I'm talking to chicks on the phone. I'm on XXX videos, watching porn.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Beating your limp ass dick on meth?
Dude, my hand on the motherfucker. Look at, not even busting a nut, just watching another video after another video after another video after another video, just flipping. Dude, parachute like 2 grams, smoke a gram, you know? Like parachute, like wrapping some toilet paper, just swallow it.
And how many days are you staying up?
12 days,
You're not going to
days.
bed.
Nah, like 14 days. And now I'm fucking looped, and I drop a huge sack because I'm the one I got to work at the time.
He's got to work at the time. 7 papers per gram. And it's I'm telling you, whoever's cutting his dope loves him. Oh, man. The other guy got 9. The guy that's cutting it up keeps 9 and gives him 7. He's talking about he's the one with all the work.
Drop a huge ass sack, and my bunkie goes to the dude Dutch who has a yard. My bunkie's like, hey, Wes is tripping over there. Like, he dropped a big ass sack and he was fronting on the other races and shit. And Dutch is like, get your ass the fuck out of here. And Tony's like, what? He doesn't really know. And Dutch calls me over and he goes, why's your bunkie telling on you? He didn't give a fuck I was fronting on the other races. He's like, why's your bunkie fucking telling on you? Mm-hmm. He's like, you know what time it is? Yeah. He's telling on me. I'm going to go handle my business. So I go back and I beat the dog shit out this fat motherfucker.
No hands policy.
Sack, you know, like just whooping the fuck. He had buggy whips, a trash bag of a belly and titties. Like, he was a shot out motherfucker. And I'm coming back yoked at like 250, like
right.
Banging workouts, doing handstand push-ups till my head's bleeding, just mashing them on the ground. And I come in, I just max this full out, breaking them all over the day room, just
it was like four days of
Please
you
God,
just curled up in a ball, right?
Shoot me in the face. I'm done. And then I had big ass black eyes, and everybody's walking by me, all the people I respect from other races, my people, and they're just like, you bitch. Like, they're looking at me like, oh. Like, it don't matter if you get DP'd and get your ass whooped. You still got your ass whooped.
Right.
And everybody's like, I lose all respect for you. Fuck you. You know?
Right. But did that make you want to show out and do more violent shit to them?
No, I didn't. I was like, fuck, I hate this shit.
Right.
That was when I was finally like, I fucking hate this life.
Wow. So how much involvement could you actually have with other races, though? Like, what is too much in terms of you being friends with some black dude?
Level 4, you couldn't borrow a soup. You couldn't borrow a CD, nothing like that. Some level 3s, you can't even borrow nothing off the other side of the day room. Level 2s and shit, you could buy it. You could get fronted from them and shit. Mm-hmm. So it's the prison level is what mattered.
Right. Okay. And so once you really Okay, but so once you get clean, how much does your life change? Because I'm imagining
best.
it's got to be like really difficult to live a good life in there while you're getting fucked up.
But that's why I push my program so much on the street now. So I had the worst habits, but I was a good dude. Like, and the worst habits ever brought me to prison. Now I have the best habits that made me a multimillionaire. And I'm helping and changing all these lives. It's only your habits. What the fuck are your habits? For me to change was so easy. Because I just had to do everything the opposite.
Cool. I got 47.
Like, since I would you have to program in prison, so you're always up early, but I just got up.
Compensating because they're not generally thought of as hard or tough on the outside?
Not really. I mean, it's not like the movies and shit, but the white boys, they're hard motherfuckers, but I mean, we roll with the Southsiders. So like, if anything goes down on our side of the block, like that's our side of the day room, the Southsiders usually jump with the Woods.
I've never seen that.
Jump with the Southsiders.
I've never seen that.
Woods are kind of always like, they're not gonna have a problem with the blacks or nothing. It's not even gonna go that way. If anything, Southsiders are gonna have a problem with the blacks, and then we're gonna have to jump with the Southsiders against that side of the day room.
But so hypothetically, I get locked up. I'm rolling with the white dudes, but then I'm also like good friends with. I'm assuming hypothetically, I'm gonna be friends with all these black dudes and shit who know me from the podcast, or I interviewed their little brother, or some shit like that.
Friends. This said, I'm gonna be good friends with these other people. Motherfucker, you ain't gonna be good friends with nobody in there.
Is that going to be an issue for me?
Yeah, that's what happens sometimes. Like I know fools, like it would kick off, and then like fools I just skip. And I just go tee off on the next dude.
Okay.
Yeah, you just skip them.
Kind of dodge each other.
Yeah, it's all respect. It's like, we had to do what we had to do.
But I'm not going to be looked at as a traitor or anything because I'm
skip that dude, blast the next one. There's a few that you don't like just because they're a piece of shit, you know? Right. And there's a few that you like because you're like, that fool's down. Not because of race, just because fuck that dude or that dude's cool. Fuck that dude. Didn't like his energy to begin with.
That's true, and that's probably the only thing I heard so far that I'll agree with. It's not fucking personal, man. It's business. You know, you could be in a certain work area, work trade, and you know, you really take a liking to a dude that, you know, it could be a blood. You guys, you know, chop it up as much as you're able to, and you be like, this Vato's all right here. And you know, like, hey, Holmes, you know, I it's been said, like, hey, Holmes, if we get into it, I'm gonna try to avoid you. You know what I'm saying? Like, likewise, you know. But if we can't, it's not personal and it's understood. You know, it's business, and war is bad for business. Period. Everybody who's really somebody in there knows war is bad for business. It stops the flow of money. Anyways.
What the fuck kick his teeth in right now?
Right. Okay. So then, but you caught additional charges while you were locked up?
Yeah, I caught an A1 115, but the DA didn't pick it up because of that riot.
So what is that?
A1 115 is a murder, attempted murder, assault with an inmate manufactured weapon.
He could have just said it's the most serious write-up, but instead he wants to put murder. He didn't do attempted murder. He didn't do great bodily injury. He did not do.
Okay, so you stabbed somebody in the middle of a riot?
I cut someone's face in the cell, you know.
Oh, in the cell?
Yeah.
So, but it got dropped because of the riot, you said?
Well, just they wouldn't pick it up. They had 187 attempted murder.
187. Murder. It's just 187
murders handed out during this riot.
Attempted murder.
This is like a small county in Oklahoma. So they're like, they couldn't even deal with the caseload they had.
So that may be true, but a small county in Oklahoma has 187 DA referrals. When you are incarcerated, you do not have the right to a speedy trial because you do not have a liberty interest. So it can take years to prosecute. A small county in Oklahoma would be able to petition the federal government for the funds to prosecute these cases and then offer offer plea bargains and keep that money in their community and be able to prosecute. So, I mean, this type of stuff sounds good, but that county would have been able to turn that into a windfall for their county and make them actually able to prosecute more people. But, yeah, you're right, Wes.
Imagine 1,100 people rioting, you know?
Right, but so it was something that would have completely fucked you over, but they just had too many, so they couldn't handle it?
It's just like any county. Like right now, how LA County's not prosecuting people for shoplifting. That's how it works. They can't do it. They don't have the manpower. So they're like, fuck U.S., like, whatever, like your little stupid shit. Like,
That's
you're
what it
doing your
was
shoe
right
term,
there.
your DA's not picking it up. It's not a DA referral. They DA referraled it, DA didn't pick it up. But there was other ones where the DA would pick up where these dudes are breaking broom handles, plunging them in fools' necks and shit.
Sure,
These fools
they
are fucking
were,
cutting fools'
man.
neck.
Yeah.
What
they were.
exercise are you able to do while you're locked up like that?
Now here we
though?
go.
make
Wait.
water bag.
Here we go. Now this is where I believe it was on the food community. Shout out to the food community. But I think we need to we can't be Donald Trumping these people, right? We can't be doing what this clown right here, Adam 22, did to American Cholo. We can't. We're gonna put something. Let's put the whole thing. Put it in context. Now, I'm not saying what he said is right, and we're gonna get into it, but we're gonna end on this.
Bags, make magazine stacks for side raises, front raises, water bags for making curls and forearms and shit like that. And then like triceps off the table or off the sink in the cell. Massive amounts of thousands of push-ups, burpees, squats with your celly, lunges with a person on your back, like all every step-ups with a magazine bag, shit like that. You can still body build, but you can't really do like heavy back, but you just do pull-ups.
Right. And what year did they take the weights out of the prisons?
I think it was in the 80s, 90s, early 90s.
The 80s or early 90s. Try 1996. Wes Watson. Try 1996.
90s.
Right. You think the prison would be better off if they still had weights and people were able to actually put time into that?
Motherfuckers are so fucking gouged the fuck out in prison. They don't give a fuck about no weights.
Which is a lie. Back when they had weights, there were a lot of dudes in the weight pile. I remember New Folsom, the weight pile was huge. And then they fucking put that fence around it, made it small as hell, which created the issues that led to the 1996 riot on B facility. But no, there was a lot of dudes in that weight pile. Whether they got high or not, they were in that weight pile. So, he's speculating. He doesn't even know when the weights were taken, and he's never been in prison where they had weights. In California, maybe in Oklahoma they had weights and they were, I don't know, but there would be a lot of people in there. It helps relieve stress, take out your aggression, and get you in shape.
Really? Everybody's fucked up?
Fools aren't in shape in prison.
Really?
Fools are just fucking like that prison buff, like fat buff.
But if they could lift weights and shit, maybe they would be less interested in heroin.
Nah, they're fucking,
No? It's not like
they
that.
love heroin, bro.
Really?
Like, dude, the homies and shit, fuck, these fools fucking, they love that shit, bro. That's like part of their culture, bro.
Wow. Homies, he's talking about Raza from Southern California. It is part of our culture to do heroin. Being Mexican, according to Wes Watson, stay tuned. The book's coming out. He's going to tell us what's in our culture and what's not.
Didn't you say in a video, though, that the Southsiders aren't allowed to get fucked up, or the Northerners aren't allowed to get fucked up?
Northerners can't use dope. They're more militant, but they...
And then here's the thing, and no disrespect to anybody. That is a verbal acknowledgement, right? That Raza from... Now things have changed. But before things changed, let me let you in on something. They were still getting high. I would go to the shoe. Every time I went back to the shoe, I took Clavo with me. I left Ad Seg, went back to Pelican Bay, and I would have dope on me, and I would have an outfit, at least one outfit, and give it to whoever needed to get it, right? Whatever legend I landed with, they got it. And they would get high, surprisingly, with Raza from Northern California that got high, because they would offer it to everybody that they felt was cool. And they would, hey, come here. What's up? Hey, take this to so-and-so. They would whisper, right? And they would tell me, but don't say nothing. It ain't my business. I'll pass it. And I would take it to them, and they would take it from me through, and we'd be like, so it's true. Verbally, yeah, that's a no-no. But they were doing it. As long as they felt they weren't going to get caught, they were doing it.
They still got that Mexican body, bro. They don't really fucking get in shape. So
you hear that? Raza have a Mexican body, and we can't get in shape.
They get distracted way quick. They eat a couple spreads, and they look like shit still. It's very rare that a Mexican ever looks good in shape.
Wow.
They just don't. But I've got a few in great shape. But it's very rare that you're like, look at that jacked-ass Mexican
But
dude.
why is that?
It's their genetics of loving their food. Dude, they got the best food on earth, dog.
Right.
So we're going to end it there. He tried to clean it up there. Genetics, because we have the best food. I've been around, and it's true, there's not a lot of homies that are just yoked up. But in the joint, I've never seen homies that were trying to build bulk. They were trimmed up, cut up, and in great physical condition to go to war. You know, I'm not going to say it, but there's a thing in there to be of strong mind, strong bones, and light feet. That's part of a poem that a lot of us knew, right? And that's what their goal is. This bullshit right here, this dude has no wind. In a street fight, West would be in trouble. He has no wind. He probably can't even. He's got to be stiff. Doing what he's doing, I doubt he's stretching. But somebody built like this, and don't get me wrong, the fucking woods get huge. The problem is the old saying, muscles get you in trouble. When you see somebody that's big as fuck, right? And you know you got to move on him, guess what you're going to hit him with? Something big as fuck. Hey, you did a good job, but you know, you made yourself a physical threat, and the equalizer always does its job. So anyways, that's my reaction today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully this thing won't take forever to clear. And everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them. I'm out.